prawn momo. Hi, I'm Anupa and I welcome you to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. Let's make a very healthy starter. Let's make prawn momo. Quite an interesting recipe. So let's quickly run through the ingredients. For prawn momo, I need about 12 to 15 medium-sized prawns which are peeled and deveined. I need about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, half a teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 small carrot finely chopped, salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of soya sauce, 2 green chilies, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, 2 spring onions, about 1.5 cups of refined flour. Okay, now to begin with, the most important thing in making a momo is the dough. Now, how do you go about making the dough? I have refined flour here with me, to which I'm going to add some salt. So this is the salt, and we'll add some water. Add water little by little, and the dough has to be semi-stiff, not very stiff and not very soft. So how do you go about? I'll show you. Just add water little by little and start kneading it. It's very important for you to knead the dough, because the more you play with the dough, the more the gluten will get activated and hence make the dough quite stretchy. In this case, we need to keep it a little stiff because it will then retain its shape. To retain the shape, the dough is supposed to be slightly stiff. And also to tell you another thing, I have a steamer here with me in which I have added water, and it's getting done for us to steam the momos. Momos are essentially steamed. Well, there are other ways of serving this starter. It is also known as dim sums. Now, dim sums is something which is very typical to Chinese cuisine. It is served steamed as well as pan fried, but in case of momos, which is quite Tibetan in nature, is something which is always steamed. So today we are going to be using prawn momos. Similarly, you could make momos with various other fillings. You can go ahead with chicken. If you are a vegetarian, you can use soya. It also looks like chicken once you stuff it in. You could also use potato. You can use paneer. There are various other ways that you can use a stuffing in a momo. Essentially, it has all the oriental ingredients like spring onions, garlic and everything. Along with vegetables like carrot, potato, capsicum, you could also add spring onions and garlic and thus make various other fillings to stuff in the momo. Okay, so now what we'll do is, firstly we'll just put this to simmer. This is mixed and ready, but now I have to knead it. I'm doing it directly on the surface because this gives me more area. See this? Just keep on kneading it. I'm not keeping the dough very stiff, but of course I'm not keeping it very soft as well. Like I said, it's very essential to keep the dough slightly stiff so that it retains its shape after you've put in the stuffing. Okay, so you see this? The dough is almost done. Now what you need to do is take some oil and rub this in the dough. Now, after you make any dough, be it momo, be it paratha, be it kachori, it is very essential for the dough to rest for a while. Only then will it actually behave the way it's supposed to. If at all I just take it immediately and shape it into a momo, it may just break. So it's very necessary for us to rest the dough for a while. So I'll just make this into a ball once again. So after I have shaped it into a ball like this, I put it onto this plate and cover it. We'll keep this for some time. The dough needs resting of good 15 minutes. So in the meanwhile, let's make the filling with prawns. We'll first take some spring onions. The greens we'll chop fine. I also have some garlic which I will roughly cut. And I have 1 green chili. This also we need to cut roughly. Now, whatever that we've cut, first we will grind it. Let's add some salt. You see this? It's chopped roughly. Now to this, we'll add prawns. These are deveined and also without tail. After we've added the prawns, we'll grind it. Just 1 spin and it's done. In a bowl, we'll add the prawns, and even if it's not got into a fine paste, it's fine. Now in this we'll add the spring onions that we've chopped. Along with that, I've got some carrots. We'll need to add some pepper powder here, some oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is quite salty, so when you add salt, be a little careful. Some soya sauce, which also has good amount of salt. So after you've added all this, mix it well. A lot of flavorful ingredients have gone into this filling, so these momos are definitely going to taste good. Mix this absolutely well. Perfect. Now, we'll keep this aside and we'll now get ready to shape the momos. So to shape the momos, you need a very clean surface like this. You need a rolling pin. You need some flour for dusting and the prepared dough that we have. Okay, now to begin with, what we first need to do is roll it like this, and we'll cut it into, say, this thick portions. We have to roll this. I'm showing you the easy way out. This is not how it is done on a professional level, but if you have to make this at home, make a big chapati out of the dough that we needed, and we won't be keeping it not very thick and not very thin. The edges could be a little thick, so just roll onto the edges and thin it down further. Whenever you roll anything with refined flour, basically refined flour has a tendency to contract. So whenever you go a little more, it tends to contract. So every time you roll, just lift the chapati or the dough like this and keep it and roll it again. So this way you will be able to roll it in a better manner, unlike whole wheat flour. So now we'll take a cookie cutter. Okay, so now you need to do is take a part of this rolled dough and put little water. If the dough is sticky enough, you don't even have to add water. Now take the filling here, and what you have to do, you see this, and first pinch this here. Now subsequently pleat it and pinch it. Pleat it, pinch it. Pleat it, pinch it. If there's any filling which is coming out, just push it in, pleat it, and whatever is excess, remove. But don't be stingy with the filling. Add as much as you want and just, you see this, so neat. We'll leave this here. We'll make one more. Again, some water on the edges, filling in the center. Fold, one pleat out, one more pleat, pinch, one more pleat, pinch, one more pleat, pinch, and last pleat, pinch. Lovely. So when you shape this, it automatically takes a curl like this, and your momos are done. Now we have to steam them. The momos are ready and the steamer is also nice and hot. But one thing you have to do is take a muslin cloth, dip it in water, fold it up nicely and place it in your steamer. What happens when you put a muslin cloth inside? Your momos don't stick to the base of the steamer, and at the same time the steam comes out even. The steam has already started coming out. We'll quickly place the momos in it and we'll close the lid. This will take anywhere around 7 to 10 minutes on a medium heat. Once they are done, the dough will go slightly translucent, and that's it. Prawn momos would be ready to serve. Okay, so this is done. We'll switch off the gas and we have to now open the lid. Amazing. This doesn't take very long to cook. Carefully just pick up each and place it onto a plate. You see this? This is the reason why I had kept the muslin cloth inside, so that this doesn't stick at all. So that's it. Prawn momo is ready. Make this healthy recipe just the way I have made it and you'll love it.